I welcome you once again to the Justice Chike Idibe, Justice of the Supreme Court of Blessed Memory, Law Faculty of Veritas University Abuja. Moving on very quickly, I would like to announce most respectfully members of our virtual high table. I say this with all sense of humility that we are in the midst of very, very distinguished clergymen, of very distinguished academics, legal luminaries, captains of industry, and we're indeed blessed and honored to have them with us. I'd like to recognize the presence of Most Reverend Dr. Augustine Obiora Akubeze. He is the president of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria. He is the Archbishop of the Metropolitan See of Benin City. He is the visitor of the Veritas University of Abuja. He is the highest officer of the university that has brought us all together. Your Excellency, sir, we're grateful to have you here. We honor you and we thank you for joining us. Our distinguished chairman for today is someone who does not really need introduction. He's very highly revered. He's a former head of state. He's none other than General Dr. Yakubu Gowon, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We appreciate you, sir. We thank you for joining us. We thank you for your graciousness in honoring us to chair this occasion. We also welcome very respectfully His Excellency, our keynote speaker, one of our keynote speakers, Engineer Abdullahi Sule. He is the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State. Your Excellency, sir, we thank you so much for accepting to be a keynote speaker at this honorable and august event. We also welcome our second speaker, keynote speaker, His Excellency, Most Reverend Anthony John Valentine Obinna, the Archbishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Owerri. Your Excellency, sir, you are indeed most welcome. We thank you for honoring us. We also welcome very respectfully and humbly Most Reverend Ignatius Ayao Kaigama, He is the Archbishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, and he is actually the host of this event. Your Excellency, thank you for joining us. We welcome the Pro-Chancellor of the Veritas University. He is none other than His Grace, Most Reverend Professor Godfrey Igwebuike Ona. He is the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka. Mr. Pro-Chancellor, we welcome you. Thank you so much, Your Grace, for honoring us. We also respectfully welcome the Vice-Chancellor of Veritas University, Reverend Father Professor Hyacinth Ementa Ichoku. We welcome you, Father, for joining us. Thank you so much. We welcome the chairman of the Law Faculty Project. He's a legal luminary, Professor Epiphany Azinge, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies. Leonard Silksa, thank you so much for joining us. We're indeed also honored to have, he was one of the few very early people to join us today. We're honored to have with us the Diokpa of the Idigbe family of Asaba, Chief Professor Oni Idigbe, the Ezeuzo of Asaba. Chief Professor Idigbe, you're most welcome. We thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Sir. We also welcome the coordinator of the Law Faculty of the Justice Chike Idigbe Law Faculty of Veritas University, Reverend Father Anthony Azuike Esquire, my learned colleague. Father, Barrister, you're welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us. And indeed, we welcome members of the press here present. Welcome every distinguished member that is here present. Intermittently, I will recognize the eminent people who have joined us. You are all indeed welcome, and we thank you so much for choosing to spend your Saturday afternoon with us. Without further ado, I shall go ahead to welcome, to take us on his welcome address, the Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Professor Hyacinth Ementa Ichoku, a very revered Catholic priest and academic. Father is going to give us his welcome address now to bring us officially into this.
Speech of the Vice Chancellor of Veritas University Abuja, Reverend Father Professor Hyacinth Ichoku, delivered at the virtual fundraising event for the Justice Chike Idigbe Faculty of Law, held on the 5th of December 2020. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of goodwill, it is my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to this epoch event organized for the sole purpose of raising funds for the development of the Justice Chike Idigbe Faculty of Law, Veritas University Abuja. Let me start by first congratulating Chief Anthony Idigbe's son and his wonderful team at Ponoka, attorneys and solicitors, for putting together this virtual fundraiser. I thank you for accepting to take up this opportunity to honor your father, the late Justice Chike Idigbe OFR CON, who by virtue of his hard work and commitment to the practice of law in Nigeria was appointed as the Justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria and also became the first Chief Justice of the old Midwestern Nigeria in 1966. Veritas University Abuja is a fully residential private university owned by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, with emphasis on moral and intellectual discipline of the students. The university commenced full operation in August 2008 in Abia State. By 2014, the university relocated to its permanent site in Abuja, where we continue to operate till date. In 2015, the NUC awarded us with our permanent license, and today, Veritas University offers over 30 academic programs in the social sciences, management sciences, humanities, and engineering. As a university with the motto, Seeking the Truth, we want to build a faculty of law that will train young Nigerians who aspire to become lawyers and judges with the best legal education available in Nigeria. We want a faculty of law that is conducive for learning, a faculty that will produce not just the best legal minds, but also the next generation of legal luminaries out of Nigeria, just like the list said, Justice Chike Idigbe. I often hear lawyers say law is a jealous profession. We have, therefore, taken our time to design a faculty of law that meets both the aesthetic of the profession as well as provide a great ambience for teaching and learning. The design has in it the classrooms, offices for the deans, heads of departments, and members of the faculty. It also has a moot court, auditorium, physical library, e-learning, and toilet facilities. Ladies and gentlemen, it will please you to know that we are blessed to have the support of some of the best legal brains this country has to offer that are ready to join our law faculty. At this moment, kindly permit me to acknowledge the efforts of Professor Epiphany Azinge-San, Professor Paul Idonije, and Professor Maxwell Gidado-San, who have all been working in the background to ensure the successful takeoff of the Justice Chike Idigbe Faculty of Law. Not only have these legal luminaries excelled in their chosen careers and profession, but they have also displayed true commitment to the establishment of our law faculty, and we owe them such huge gratitude for their simplistic nature and willingness to help kickstart the faculty. I also want to, in a special way, thank His Lordship Justice Ben Kanyi, President of National Industrial Court of Nigeria, who has also played a very solid role in the steering committee for the establishment of our law faculty. We remain beholden to His Lordship for the love that he continues to show to us, despite his busy schedule following his elevation to the highest office at the National Industrial Court. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to bore you with long speech, so I will conclude on this note. The Justice Chike Idigbe Faculty of Law, Veritas University, has the potential of becoming the best faculty of law in Nigeria. To attain this feat, your financial support is required to help build this edifice. Every single penny you donate today will not only honor the memory of a great man, the late Justice Chike Idigbe, but it shall also help to produce future lawyers who may one day have their dreams come true of becoming like the legal sage and icon, Justice Chike Idigbe. Thank you and God bless you as you donate to a worthy cause. Signed, Reverend Father Professor Hyacinth Ichok, Vice Chancellor.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. I must sincerely apologize that I missed a very, very important item on the agenda, and that is the opening prayer. We cannot start an occasion like this without an opening prayer. We must invite God to take control. We do believe that where two or three are gathered, whether physically, whether virtually, God is indeed present. And so may I very respectfully request that Reverend Father Martin Onokoba please take the opening prayer. Reverend Father Martin Onokoba to please take the opening prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God our Father, we want to thank you for the gift of the day. We want to thank you for the gift of life. And I want to thank you for all of us gathered this afternoon to raise up money for the Faculty of Law in Veritas University. We want you to bless all men and women of goodwill. Bless our bishops, Bless the Idigbe family. Bless all who have been working to see to the completion of this project. Guide us, O Lord, as we spend our life with you and as we walk into life with you. Be with us, O Lord, so that at the end of our sojourn on earth, we all come back to you, praising you and giving account of what we have done for you. We make our prayers through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Father Martin, for the opening prayer. And again, I apologize for that very grave mistake on my part. So, Reverend Father Professor Ichoku has set the tempo for our event this afternoon, I beg your pardon. This afternoon, we're going to hear a number of people speak to us about the law faculty, the Justice Idigbe Law Faculty, that we're all here to raise money for, to key into the legacy. We're going to have some entertainment from students of the university. We're certainly going to have opportunity to deliver our goodwill messages to the university, to the management of the university, and would be able to partner, not just at this event, we'll be able to partner on a long term with the university. So in the course of the event, we'll give details about how all of that is going to go on. So thank you very much, Reverend Father Professor Ichoku, for that. He has mentioned the vision for the law faculty, the Justice Idigbe Law Faculty, is meant to be cutting-edge technology, is meant to be qualitative, internationally renowned faculty, internationally recognized infrastructure. All of this cannot be attained without money. And we are very honored by the caliber of people that are here, and we are certain that we'll be able to reach our targets with your very kind and generous partnership. At this juncture, I would very, very respectfully, very humbly request our chairman. Our chairman, in spite of his age, continues to exhibit admirable intellectual acuity. He was one of the first people to join us at this event, just to show how passionate he is about education. He is someone who we cannot deny is very passionate about growth in Nigeria. He was head of state between 96 and 75, which was a very, very sensitive time in Nigerian history. And so he is in the best position to speak about education and why we must all key into this project to contribute towards the development of our dear country. I now respectfully invite General Dr. Yakubu Gowon, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to please give us his chairman's address. Your Excellency, sir.
I heartily welcome you all to the virtual fundraising organized to raise funds for the building of the law faculty at Veritas University Abuja, which is to be named after the late Chukwuemeka Idigbe, Justice of the Supreme Court, JSC. I hope we all are keeping safe as we look to surmounting the various political, systemic, health, and economic challenges we are faced with in these climes as a united nation under God. As we all look forward to returning to normal we are used to, it is quite interesting to admit that this new normal of virtual events and attendance is quite interesting and is here to stay, as it affords global interaction and integration through technology. For instance, more dignitaries and persons are able to attend this event live from different parts of the world, which would not have been possible in normal. Delving into the heart of today's gathering, I must indeed commend the Board of Trustees and Governing Council of Veritas University Abuja for the thoughtful, ingenious, and laudable effort to honor the late Justice Chukwuemeka Idigbe, JSC, by naming its law faculty after the renowned and revered jurist who heartily and diligently served this country and contributed to the development of the legal jurisprudence in Nigeria while steadfastly holding on to his faith and commitment to family and its value. As we all know, late Justice Chukwuemeka Idigbe, JSC, was not just an eminent jurist and a brilliant lawyer while he was in private practice. He was also an international scholar. He was among the first 4 Nigerians to pass the Cambridge University law examination with honors, the others being Dr. T.O. Elias, my former Attorney General of Nigeria, and Chief Justice, and he was also Chief Justice of the Federation. The other is Dr. G.B.A. Coker, and also Gabriel Onyukwe QC, son. He also culminated his studies in King's College, University of Cambridge, Cambridge, England, with a brilliant performance at the bar examinations in December 1946 by winning the much coveted Foster Campbell's Prize in Criminal Law. It is therefore befitting that the law faculty of this prestigious university would be named after a man who epitomizes excellence in all his endeavors and devoted his life, skills, and resources to the selfless service of this great country. I make bold to say, without equivocation, that the late Justice Chukwuemeka Idigbe, JSC, remains one of the best and brightest legal minds that this country has ever produced. In particular, the naming of the law faculty building after the eminent late Justice Chukwuemeka Idigbe, JSC, is a clear and bold statement by the university to commit to the training, development, and production of fresh leading legal minds, scholars, practitioners, jurists, and advocates who are not just equipped with the necessary 21st century legal skills, but also with the right ethics and values to rightly and competently administer truth and justice. One of the many lessons we can take out from the COVID-19 pandemic is that we must invest in our country now more than ever before. Erect the necessary infrastructure here and provides indigenous solutions to the various challenges we are faced with as a day and time might come when we would be shut out from the rest of the world or cannot access some of these basic infrastructures available in other countries, which we have failed to provide in ours. Another important lesson we should imbibe as a nation from our COVID-19 pandemic experience is that we cannot solely rely on and abandon our communal future in the hands of a few who occupy political offices. We all must be intentional, actively participate and contribute our quota in birthing the Nigeria we all long to see. We all must deploy our resources and time towards building strong institutions and structures that will ensure that our nation works for all, as no great nation can be built without the commitment, contributions, and participation of private citizens or the private sector. On this note, I'm endeared to the vision and commitment of this university in raising distinctive and world-class graduates. We all tonight have the opportunity of supporting the laudable vision this university by contributing and deploying our financial resources to this worthy cause. To realize its object, the university requires the sum of 1 billion naira only to support the building and equipping of the law faculty project in Abuja. I therefore use this medium to enjoin each and every one of us here, or wherever you may be in the world, to commit and contribute to this laudable project. I know we must have heard from different quarters, usually said that nothing is too small for such a project as this. While this is quite true, I stand here to say that nothing is too much to contribute or commit to this project. In view of the above, I therefore call on each and every one of us here tonight, or wherever we may be, to contribute to this noble and worthy cause as we through this project, will be contributing to the rising, of competent, for the raising of competent, skillful, and virtuous legal minds and practitioners who will provide creative, national, and world-class legal solutions to the various affairs in this country and Africa as a whole. Fly the Nigerian flag in different parts of the world and establish Nigeria as indeed a great nation, once again, but not Trump style. Once again, I welcome you all to this fundraising event and wish you all a wonderful and a successful evening. God bless Nigeria. God bless this university. God bless all those who had a hand in this great project. God bless you all and a successful day. Thank you.
Your Excellency, we owe you a debt of gratitude. We are indeed honored. You had your recorded speech, but because of your passion, because of your commitment to this project, you decided to take it live here with us. We cannot thank you enough. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think, thank you so much, sir. I think the summary of His Excellency's speech for me is that nothing is too big to contribute to this project. I think that is the summary of his speech. He mentioned several anecdotes, he mentioned several words of wisdom, mentioned how we're going to benefit from the quality, from the caliber of the graduates, because I can see from our attendees, some captains of industry who I'm sure are always looking for the right hands, ethical, wholesome graduates who don't just have the academic brilliance, but also have the ethical and moral standards to be very, very good employees. I thank you so much again, Your Excellency, for your very, very kind words. I would please like to recognize a number of distinguished guests with us at this juncture. We recognize Ambassador Charles Oniawa. He's a guest of honor. Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We welcome you. We appreciate you. We welcome Chief Tom Halim, the Onwene of Asaba. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you so much, Leonard Silk, Mr. Jamin Dodo, SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us. We welcome you, sir. We welcome very respectfully, Sir Don Eze. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much for joining us. You're welcome, sir. We welcome Honorable Justice Rolly Harriman. My Lord, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much. We also welcome a very senior lawyer, Mr. Mbanugo Udenze. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. You're welcome, sir. We welcome Mrs. Nneka Enwereji. Thank you very, very much for joining us this afternoon. You're indeed most welcome. We also welcome Tochukwu Onyike Esquire, a very senior lawyer as well. We welcome you, sir. I am very pleased to also welcome Mr. Kehinde Daudu Esquire. He's the head of litigation and dispute resolution at EcoBank Nigeria Limited. Mr. Daudu, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We welcome Mr. Anthony Ajufo. Thank you so much for joining us. We welcome Chief Dr. Victor Ije. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. We welcome Mr. Chiemeze Iyekwazu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you so much. We're very, very honored to have Chief Sonny Kuku. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. We're very, very pleased and grateful for your presence. We welcome a very intelligent mind, Professor Chris Ogbechi. Thank you very much for joining us as well. And we welcome a consummate businessman, Mr. Chuka Onwuchekwa. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. We're indeed grateful for you to join us. We welcome Mr. Michael Okobo. Thank you very much for joining us. We're also pleased to have Mrs. Ngozi Uche, Thank you so much, madam, for joining us. We welcome Mrs. Nkechi Asogwa. Thank you very much for joining us as well. She also wrote a goodwill message on the chat group for us. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much, Ogweshi Ogbolu Ochuba. Thank you very much for joining us. We welcome Chief Okonta, also one of the very early people to join us. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. We welcome Dr. Peter Oriawuti. Thank you so much for joining us. And we welcome Professor Paul Idonige, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you so much, Leonard Silk, for joining us. As time goes by, I'll recognize a few other distinguished guests. Thank you so much to every single person who is here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emobonivie Majemise. I remain Omolade Sani, your co-compare for today's fundraiser. Stand on the already existing protocol. I most humbly welcome everybody here present, and we look forward to having a very hitch-free event today. Thank you once again for joining us. Without wasting time, I would immediately introduce the chairman of the fundraising committee, the brains behind this all, the person that put together this beautiful virtual fundraiser. Chief Anthony Idigbe, SAN, KSM, is the senior partner of Punuka Attorneys and Solicitors. He's a very experienced and well-rounded lawyer of our time. He's very passionate about law and also passionate about the Catholic faith. His passion, dedication, and contribution has seen him inducted into the Knights of St. Mulumba, directly through his work and indirectly through his work in the law court. Chief Anthony Idigbe has constantly impacted young lawyers, both within and outside Nigeria. Leonard Silk, we are most honored to have you. It is with utmost humility that I invite you to give your address. Thank you very much.
May I adopt the existing protocol and to thank the visitor as well as the chairman of today's occasion, General Yakubu Gowon, for the opportunity to be able to give back through our commitment to this project. I will be speaking on why we must support legal education in Nigeria. Now, William Hume Blake stated on May 16, 1849, that the cause of all misgovernment in any country is the maladministration of the laws in the courts of justice. To hold the government accountable and guard against maladministration, therefore, the courts have to be managed efficiently and effectively. The problem is, how do we ensure that the courts can discharge their sacred duty as the last hope of the common man? Gidney and Miller, in their excellent work recounting the early history of the legal profession in Canada, recall the debate over who and how the legal profession should be run. They say that some argued that it is not sacrosanct that lawyers must be the ones delivering justice for many reasons. Lawyers are expensive, and the parties can deal directly, cheaper, and the multiple layers of appeals in the legal process can cause delays. Others argue that with lawyers, there is greater certainty of achieving justice because lawyers are well-trained and follow defined and well-established processes and procedures despite the expense of maintaining the legal system. In spite of this debate, My view is that the use of well-trained lawyers and procedures is still the most efficient and effective way to deliver justice. The alternative of direct justice in contemporary times is scary, as the Raleigh Rawlings revolution in Ghana indicate. The lawyers and the court system took the blame for maladministration in that country. Citizens' tribunals trumped regular courts for over 11 years. Dawkins, Gemma Boade, and Rothschild in their works recall that period. The warning signs are evident in Nigeria. If we do not drive the reform internally, it may come from outside and it could be calamitous. The institutions of the rule of law, such as the courts, the police, the prisons, bore the brunt of the COVID-19 pandemic and the recent NSAS protests. If we then agree that lawyers are the bastion against maladministration, what competencies and ethical standards must they maintain? It seems evident that lawyers must be well trained and have the ethical composition to offer the public the service they deserve, that is, justice. We must appraise our preparedness for the future and preserve our profession by anticipating other contending and disruptive technologies and ideas like Uber and Legal Zoom. Our competitive advantages are under threat, including our monopoly over the provision of legal services. The IBA Task Force on the legal profession identified 6 drivers of change in legal services. 1, changing demographics and values. 2, skills mismatch and legal education reform. 3, globalization and shift of economic power. 4, emergence of new forms of value creation. 5, legal technology development and innovation. And 6, regulatory innovations and gaps. What about the WTO protocol on free movement of legal services and the African Continental Free Trade Agreement? These instruments will soon open us up to competition from abroad. Are we ready for the onslaught of competition from abroad? Clearly, reform and innovation are crucial to our continued relevance as lawyers. The issue is one of existential survival, bringing us to why we have gathered here today, the Justice Chike Idibe Law Faculty fundraising. The solution to the problem of the rule of law in Nigeria is the sustainable development of a skilled, knowledgeable workforce to maintain and disrupt our justice system through innovation. The Idibe family is happy to identify with Veritas University in the setup of a cutting-edge law faculty focused on experiential pedagogy that would produce job-ready lawyers who can compete internationally. Another attraction of the relationship is the focus of the university on ethics. The constant injection of fresh workforce with rejuvenated ethics and values would arrest the decline in our value system. There is an equal emphasis in the university on the protection of commerce on the one hand and the pursuit of social justice. This falls well with our vision in Punuka attorneys and solicitors. So what are the current issues? The faculty is not just going to be an ivory tower. It will soak in contemporary issues. Managing the current backlash against the rule of law and the justice system in Nigeria requires that we review the dimensions for public and private participation in the provision of legal education and judicial process so that the public can have ownership of the system. We cannot sit on the fence and expect change to occur. The application of technology is imperative in the new normal of degraded physical settings and other precautionary measures such as social distancing. The need for the speedy delivery of education and justice is now urgent. We will ensure that the faculty is at the forefront of the deployment of technology to the study of law and the delivery of justice in Nigeria. We urge our friends and well-wishers to support us. We are grateful for those who have already provided the support and those who are providing the support today as well. Anything, any amount add up towards achievement of this laudable goal. We are grateful for your support in terms of ideas, cash, time, and talent. We count again on your support. God bless you. Amen.
Thank you so much, Leonard Silk, for that beautiful address. I must say that we look forward to the beautiful innovations that the Veritas Law Faculty would be operating under and with. We'll immediately move on to the next item on our program, which is a goodwill message from Most Reverend Dr. Augustine Obiora Akubeze. Most Reverend Dr. Augustine Akubeze was ordained in 1987. He holds a degree in canon law from the Pontifical Gregorian University in Rome, and was the first bishop of the Uromi Diocese. He was also appointed Archbishop in 2011 and was installed in April 28th of 2011. We are most grateful to have Your Grace with us here today, and I humbly invite Your Grace to give us his goodwill message. Thank you.
Let me start first by thanking Almighty God for this wonderful day, which has brought together friends and well-wishers of the Church, Veritas University, as well as friends and well-wishers of Chief Anthony Dibe, SAN, for the sole purpose of raising 1 billion naira for the development of the Justice Chike Idibe Faculty of Law. I wish to congratulate the organizers of this event for their innovative thinking in organizing an online fundraising. I welcome everyone who has taken out time to participate at this online fundraising event from all over the world. As you may all be aware, Veritas University Abuja is one of the projects of the Church that is very dear to the hearts of the bishops in Nigeria. In our quest as missionaries to ensure that Nigerian youths are educated and brought up with the right moral discipline, the bishops deemed it fit and necessary to establish a university that will offer the type of quality education that the Catholic Church all over the world is reputed for. For over 12 years now, Veritas University has been fulfilling this mandate in other academic disciplines. But today, we are gathered to witness the fundraising for the Justice Chike Idibe Faculty of Law, which we all pray shall become the pride of Veritas University in a few years to come. I congratulate the management of Veritas University for the good work they have been doing and for the initiative to introduce the law program. I also congratulate Chief Anthony Dibe for accepting to bestow the legacy of his late father, Justice Chike Idibe, OFR, CON, with the Faculty of Law building in Veritas University Abuja. This action speaks volumes of the love and respect you have and still have for your late father, and it is highly commendable and worthy of emulation. As we listen to this presentation today, I invite all friends and well-wishers of the church, Veritas University, and the Igwe family to support this project and donate generously towards the development of the Justice Chike Igwe Faculty of Law. Thank you very much for your attention, and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Grace, for that goodwill message. Our next speaker's early schooling was at Roman Catholic Mission, RMC Primary School, Goody Station. His desire for knowledge acquisition saw him travel across the world, attending various schools and acquiring different qualifications across different fields of study. He is an engineer, an entrepreneur, a businessman, and a very articulate politician. His love and passion towards education is evident in various educational reforms in Nasarawa State, and it is no surprise that he is associated with this project. He is no other person than the incumbent governor of Nasarawa State. With utmost humility and with profound respect, I invite His Excellency, Engineer Abdullahi Sule.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I feel highly honored by the invitation to speak at this event, and will start by thanking the Vice Chancellor, Veritas University Abuja, Professor Inyanchin Ichoku, the Governing Council, the Chairperson of the Law Faculty, Professor Ehipani Azinge, SAN, and the Chairman of the Fundraising Committee, my dear brother, Chief Anthony Idibwe, SAN, for putting together this event, which is aimed at building a world-class law faculty in this great institution. I believe if we all work together, we can achieve this vision and, of course, this dream. This event, I must say, puts in perspective the effort which we should all continue to make to engender positive narratives for our dear country, Nigeria. Today calls for contribution to the cause of improving the quality of education in Nigeria, a cause which, though central to our holistic liberation as a nation, has suffered so much neglect and consequent deterioration over the years. This is one of the several bends which we must all fight to overcome. Another is the challenge of the actualization of the entrenchment of the rule of law and its tenets, a lingering challenge which has been greatly projected by recent happenings. We all agree that an efficient judiciary, as captured by the famous description of the judiciary as the hope of the common man, is indispensable to the enforcement regard for the rule of law. I therefore find it most befitting that the proposed law faculty that is being named after late Honorable Justice Chike Igwe was personified this hope and the values necessary for the desired actualization. As aptly described by the Honorable Justice P.O. Aderemi, also of the blessed memory, Justice Igwe was a reputable jurist who not only believed that a judge's social service to the community is the removal of sense of injustice. Indeed, he demonstrated it through his judgments. His time at the Supreme Court is regarded by many as the golden era of judiciary, in recognition of the enormous contributions he made to our judicial landscape. Various accounts of the Justice Igwe's life show that he exhibited the values of excellence, integrity, compassion, dedication, and humility that have sadly become engendered in these times, having enjoyed a close relationship with his family through Chief Anthony Idugbe, SAN, and Elizabeth Idugbe over the years, it is ensuring to note that I have experienced firsthand the evidence of the transformation of this legacy through this couple, which exemplify these rare values of Justice Idugbe. In the same vein, this enduring legacy of Justice Idugbe will, without doubt, offer a great guide as to all aspiring lawyers. There could therefore not have been a better eponym for the proposed law faculty. Let me digress at the moment to speak about African Petroleum, where I met Mrs. Elizabeth Idugbe. Mrs. Elizabeth Idugbe actually took so much time. At the time, I came into a company that was already owing more than the worth of the company. At the time, I needed two good people. One was a legal person that will be able to help me to turn around the institution. Secondly, was another person that will help me with the finances of the company. With the legal aspect of it, I was able to find Mrs. Idugbe. Everywhere I have been thereafter, I have spoken very highly of this lady who has turned to be a very, very honest, very professional, dedicated person in my life. And I want to use the opportunity to continue to thank Mrs. Elizabeth Idugbe, the family, especially her husband, Anthony Idugbe, SAN, who have continued to play a major role in the history of this nation. As mentioned earlier, the rule of law and education are keys to our emancipation. It is widely believed that the rule of law is crucial for economic growth, and I share this sentiment. While the rule of law is a multidimensional concept, the crucial components of it, I believe, we are respect for human and economic rights, legal sanctity, the prohibition of arbitrariness, an independent and impartial justice system, and equality before the law. We are currently struggling with these components. We remember that for these components to be present, we need lawyers regarded as the guardians of the rule of law. However, for lawyers to guard us or enhance the presence of the rule of law in Nigeria, there is corresponding need for expertise, commitment, integrity, respect for the courts, colleagues, and ethics of profession. Those exactly were the items I have mentioned about my own company secretary, the best company secretary I've ever had, Mrs. Elizabeth Idugbe. Today is also changing the face of law practice world over. Like every other venture, we must prefer the futures of our lawyers to adapt in enhancing technology. To achieve this, there is need for legal education of the highest standard. I'm impressed with the strides of the Veritas University, which it has made since its establishment in the year 2002. And I share in this excitement and have great hope that the law faculty of the Veritas University will live up to a standard of being globally competitive and employing the 21st century approach of teaching and learning, which we desire in the educational space nationwide. As a Muslim and profound product, really a very, very proud product of the Roman Catholic Mission Primary School, I am pleased to have obtained the university's assurance that it will utilize the merit-based system which Catholic-owned educational institutions are known for in its entry process and ensure equal opportunity to all qualified Nigerians without prejudice to tribe or religion, and in line with the conditions of the National University Commission and the broader right to freedom from discrimination guaranteed by the Nigerian Constitution. Again, I've always spoken very highly, especially of the Catholic Church, because for someone like me that came from a very small community called Gudi Station in Nasarawa State, I will not have gone to school. I will not have acquired Western education. without the help of the Roman Catholic. And I attended the Roman Catholic school in Goody Station, which actually qualified me to go to secondary school. By the time I went to the university, I also had another engagement with the Catholic Church, because as a student, who came from parents that were not well-to-do, I had to actually work in the parish Catholic Church, in order for me to earn a living to finish my education. So personally, I'm forever a witness that I will forever give testimony about all the good things the Catholic Church is doing. And I believe this faculty will not be left out. With these assurances, I'm convinced that beyond the obvious contributions to the legal industry in Nigeria, an investment in the establishment of the global law faculty of Veritas University, the law faculty of Veritas University will actually yield great dividends for all of us. Delivering education of the highest standard is an ideal which is very much in accord with the mandate of the people of Nasarawa State, which we are working tirelessly to implement, even in these trying times. According to John F. Kennedy, we should think of education as the means of developing our greatest abilities, because in each of us there is a private hope, which is also a dream, which, when fulfilled, can be translated to the benefit for everyone and greater strength of the nation. This dream is what I share. And that's why in our very first budget of the year 2020, Nasarawa State budgeted 26%, which was the highest of the allocation we have to education. Now in this, the next budget we have of 2021, Nasarawa State budgeted 31% of our entire budget to go truly for education. So I truly share in this dream. And I believe that Veritas University is also sharing in this dream. I therefore conclude by urging us all to show commitment to this cause, which will of immense benefit to all of us. Thank you for your attention, and God bless every one of you. And once more, thank you for inviting me to be part of this dream, which I share very deeply in my heart. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much for that beautiful keynote address, His Excellency. And we'll be going straight into a brief documentary on the proposed project which we are donating towards.
Veritas University Abuja is Nigeria's Catholic university founded by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria in 2007. Since then, it has been the dream of the founding fathers to establish a strong and befitting law faculty as part of efforts to strengthen quality legal education in Nigeria. Through the assistance of Professor Epiphany Azinge, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, the Idigwe family of Asaba agreed that the law faculty should be named after their father, late Justice Chike Idigwe, a one-time justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Since then, the Idigwe family, led by Chief Anthony Idigwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is supporting the upcoming law faculty in many ways, and for this, we are grateful. Reverend Father Barrister Anthony Azubike is the coordinator of the law faculty and its pioneer staff. He says,
our aim is to build the strongest law faculty in Nigeria and to produce a globally competitive set of law graduates.
In partnership with the Idigwe family and the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, we are calling on all men and women of goodwill to please join us in this funds drive to make the Justice Chike Idigwe Faculty of Law at Veritas University Abuja not only a reality, but a force to reckon with in legal education in Nigeria and beyond. The made online fundraising on Saturday, December 5th, 2020. For further details, please contact Chief Anthony Idigwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, at his law firm, Punuka Law Firm, Lagos, on phone number 070-649-11932. Thank you.
Before we get on to the first round of donations, which I'm sure we're all eager for, I've been looking through some videos and I can see a number of our distinguished guests eager with their pens and their checkbooks, ready to write those checks. But I'd please like to recognize the presence of a few more people who are with us here, if you would please permit me. I had recognized Dr. Michael Okobo, but I wrongly addressed him as Mr. I apologize for that, sir. Dr. Michael Okobo, who is joining us all the way from the United States of America. Thank you so much, Dr. Okobo, for joining us. I again recognize Mr. Anthony Ajufo, who is joining us all the way from Canada. We welcome you, sir, and we thank you for joining us in spite of the time difference. We also recognize Mr. Robert Omole, a very dear childhood friend of Chief Anthony Digbe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us. We recognize our father, Reverend Father Valentine Onwujiogu. Thank you so much, Father, for joining us. We recognize Mr. Benjamin Agili. He is the Managing Director of Royal Exchange General Insurance Limited. Thank you so much for joining us. We recognize Mr. Chiazo Ofodile and Mrs. Teresa Ofodile. Thank you so much, sir and madam, for joining us. We also recognize Mr. Joseph Wokobia, who is joining us from the United Kingdom today. Thank you very much for joining us. We recognize Chief Anthony Ndukaeze, who has joined us today as well. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence, for honoring us today at this virtual event. We also recognize another member of the Idigbe family. She's the younger sister of Chief Idigbe, and I'm referring to Uche Idigbe, who is joining us again from the United Kingdom. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I recognize the Odoziaku of Asaba, Chief Mrs. Teresa Odogu. Thank you so much, madam, for joining us. Thank you very much. And as time goes by, I'll also recognize other people. But just before that, I must also certainly recognize my own partners. I recognize Mr. Namdi Oragu, Mr. Okore Kalu, and Mrs. Ebelechuku Eneda, all partners at Punuka Attorneys and Solicitors. Thank you so much, sirs and madams, for joining us this afternoon. Now, on to the first batch of donations that we've all been waiting for. Like I said before, if we could please have the benefits, please, posted on the Zoom platform so that we can see very clearly what we stand to enjoy when we key into this project. So we can see that there are a number of categories. We start from the Acacia partners. To become an Acacia partner, you need to either contribute or pledge the sum of 50 million naira and above. And the benefits are that the name of the donor, whether corporate or individual, will be listed on the donor wall. There will be a room or structure named after that donor. That donor will also be invited to major events of the law faculty, the Justice Chike Idigbe Law Faculty. The donor's name will be printed on all facility newsletters and booklets for 1 year. Donors will also be listed on the university's website for 1 year. A plaque will be given as a Platinum Plus donor. And there are definitely spiritual benefits for every single category of donors as well, as the bishops will be praying and booking masses for them, for every single donor, as well as being granted that exclusive opportunity, particularly to the corporate sponsors, to organize fairs and exhibitions to market their products to the students. So we can see very clearly that should you decide to opt for to become an Acacia partner, you are going to be able to ensure that your company, your organization is planted very firmly in the minds and the hearts of the students. They see your organization as a corporate, socially responsible organization, and they want to become employees of your company. Mahogany partners, to become a Mahogany partner, you need to contribute or pledge the sum of 25 million naira or up to 49 million naira. Again, the benefits are listed there for everyone to see. You would get masses booked for you. You will certainly have a room named after you as a donor. Your name will also be listed on the donor wall, as well as your name being printed on the faculties, newsletters, and booklets. And then your name will be listed on the website for 6 months. For 6 months, and then you get a plaque as a platinum donor. Those are the benefits for Mahogany partners. For SEDA partners, you need to contribute or pledge 10 to 24 million naira. Again, your name would be listed on the donor wall. Your name will be printed on the faculty newsletters for 1 year. You'll be listed on the university website for 3 months. You'll be given a plaque as a gold donor, and certainly you will also have the advantage of being prayed for as a donor. Oak partners, second to the last category, you need to have donated or pledged the sum of 5 to 9 million naira. Again, your name gets listed on the donor wall. Your name will be printed on all faculties, newsletters, and booklets. You'll be given a plaque as a silver donor, and then certainly you would also have prayers offered up for you. And finally, we have Pine partners, which is the category of 1 million to 4 million naira. Again, your name will be listed on the donor wall. You'll be given a plaque as a bronze donor, and you'll certainly receive prayers from the bishops. Now, these amounts may seem a lot at once to be able to give en bloc, but please reach out to any of the numbers which are going to be posted on the platform very shortly. There's the opportunity to actually spread your commitments over a period of time. So you can do a bullet payment into the bank accounts. I can see the Zenith Bank account, which is 10169000416. We also have the United Bank of Africa's accounts, which is 102-204-8346. Both names are Veritas University Abuja. So please feel free, I beg your pardon, to make donations straight away. You can write your checks, you can pay them into the accounts immediately, or if you would like to spread them over a number of times, please contact any of the numbers. If I may read them, they are both available for calls and for WhatsApp. You have 0706-491-1932. We also have 0803-540-3030. Finally, we have 0805-702-8180. I would also request that these donation categories and the account details are posted on the group chat for anyone who would like to download them after they're being shared. Just before I call on the chair of the fundraising committee, the person of Chief Anthony Idigbe, to speak to us very quickly, I can see that we actually already have some pledges and donations, which is very pleasing to hear. And if you please permit me to read the number of donations that we've received so far. So we have the persons of the Leonard Silks, Cosmos Enwuluzo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Chiemeze Kwazu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who is actually here with us again. We thank you, sir, for joining us, and Mr. Chigo, who have all contributed the sum of 500,000 naira. Thank you so much, sirs. Thank you so much, legal luminaries, for your contribution. You certainly understand the importance of quality education, and you've put your money where your mouth is. Thank you so much, sirs. We recognize the sum of 50,000 naira from Mrs. Morenike Obifarunde. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you very much for your donation. We also acknowledge with sincere gratitude the contribution of Chief and Mrs. Don Eze of 500,000 naira. That's a pledge, 500,000 naira pledge. Thank you so much for your pledge. We are very grateful. I mentioned earlier that Sir Don Eze is here with us. Passing, we thank you so much. You've not only pledged the money, you're also here for your moral support. We sincerely appreciate you, sir. We also acknowledge with gratitude the pledge of 1 million naira from Ikeja Hotels PLC. Ikeja Hotels PLC, where incidentally Chief Idigbe sits as chairman of the board. We thank that organization for their very generous pledge, and we're most grateful. We also recognize the pledge of 100,000 naira from Reverend Father Sylvester Mary Oladunjoye. Reverend Father Sylvester Mary Oladunjoye. Thank you so much, Reverend Father, for your token of 100,000 naira for your donation. We are most grateful. Thank you so much. Mr. Damian Dodo, Didi Dodo, SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Order of the Federal Republic, Knight of St. Gabriel. He has actually pledged the cash sum of 1 million naira, as well as 1 million naira endowment for the best graduating students. So that's 2 million naira in total for the best graduating student of the Justice Chike Idigbe Faculty of Law. Thank you so much, Leonard Silk, for your pledge. For your pledges, that's 2 million naira in total. Thank you so much. And we're grateful for your pledges and for your donations. I also recognize, before I call on Chief Anthony Idigbe, Reverend Father Jude Iweduno, and I recognize Mr. Emmanuel Wandu. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I now call on Chief Anthony Idigbe to please speak to us on the donations. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. I just wanted to talk about the journey so far and the challenges and what we've been doing and how we can all help with the project. I think a lot has been said about the university, so I don't need to say more about the university, but this slide just talks about the university. And then the project, I think the Vice Chancellor has spoken so eloquently about the project, and also the coordinator of the faculty, Reverend Father Barrister Anthony Azuwike, has also spoken about the vision, which is to produce internationally competitive lawyers. So what's the goal? To achieve 1 billion naira towards the building of the faculty of the Justice Chike Idigbe Law Faculty. And so what happened was that we started this project, we got engaged with the project sometime last year, and then we were able to raise 50 million, and then the turning of the sword occurred February this year. And of course, we are moving towards a destination of 1 billion. As you can imagine, that is not easy. So 50 million ensured we were able to do the turning of the sword. We worked very hard, and there is a commitment of another 50 million that we've been able to obtain. And then in order to ensure that the project can be completed within record time, there's some financing, that is involved up to about 350 million. And of course, when you try to finance a project like this, interest payment is very heavy. And of course, there's a need to take out the debt financing as quickly as possible. So there's need to fund, in addition, even if you take out the debt financing, there will be still financing deficit. So clearly, It's a long-term project, so there's need for building of long-term relationship with our donors, such as the ones that have been mentioned. I should explain that we are not giving out two platinum plaques. The other one is diamond, so it's platinum, diamond, gold, silver, and bronze. So there's just some error. So and this is the position that we have a funding deficit and we have a huge debt financing that we need to deal with. And of course, from my initial speech, we all benefit when education is well funded and administered. So it may look like a big challenge to move from 0 to 1 billion, but you know we are confident we have already passed. We've already passed 10%, as you can see. This is the pictures when it started. You can see the beginning of the project, and you saw from the video that they've already decked and they're already up. So the project is going on. The project is likely to meet its target, but we need to also hasten the financing to ensure that the project is not in deficit and doesn't get stalled. We hope it won't get stalled with your support. So you can see the stages of the progress that we've made from DPC, and now we've decked and we're on the upper floors. So this is what we hope to deliver to you, to us, and to the nation, to produce these lawyers. But more importantly, it's not just about buildings. We are not just focusing on buildings because, you know, there are so many buildings in Nigeria. You know, you can put up a building. It's not about the building. It's about the relationship we want to build with the university to ensure that the quality of the lawyers that will come out of this school can compete anywhere in the world. What we are saying is that if you went to this school, the way the Indian Technology Institute, if you go there straight, you get a job in Silicon Valley. You know, nobody talks about whether you are foreign qualified, because they know that if you were able to go through that school, you will be of international class. So the question is there a law school you go to in Nigeria that when you come out, Freshfields will employ you directly, knowing that you can deal with a cross-border transaction because you understand, you know, those you understand those issues. So that's what we want to build. And in order to build it, we can't depend on our present pedagogy. It can't work. So we need to partner with institutions and the private sector that are operating at that level. And then we can have the gown and the town marriage that will ensure that we are producing those sort of people that can go straight and plug internationally. So that's what we're really focusing on. And that will be for all of us. You've been already told about the different categories, sorry, and the details of the bank account, etc. So I call again on everybody to please support. We've done well between, apart from the 10% commitment that is already there. In the last couple of weeks, a lot of people have been donating. So I can't give you an account today and say that this is the total level of commitment, but it's well beyond 10% of the amount. And we think that we can make it through these partnerships. And then what happens in terms of the buildings, inside the building? So the building as a whole is named after Justice Idibe, but if you want the library, as has been said, if you're an Acacia partner and you have the library, anybody who does up to 50 million can get one of the spaces there named after. Is either the lobby, the library, the moot court, the seminar rooms, etc., the lecture theaters. And you know, what happens? People are going to be going past those things every day. These students are going to be going past there every day. They are going to be seeing these names that have endowed for them, that made sure they had the quality education. One day, these students are going to be politicians, they are going to be governors, they are going to be lawyers, they are going to be judges, etc. And your name or the name of your company may appear before them, and they would, you may have a reputation already before that person who is going to make a decision. Why are lawyers so important? Because lawyers are mostly decision makers. They take decisions too. They represent other people. So they have a license to represent other people. So they advocate for people. So either taking decision or advocating, the impression they have, the perception they have of who is before them matters. And so you want to ingrain yourself into them by participating in this sort of charity, long-term involvement with an organization like this institution that will be producing lawyers. And then, of course, other students will come there. Other students will visit. And the perception is going to go into their head that these are the serious organizations where to work, etc. And you need to invest in this because, these are the products of your office. And if they are poor, they are going to perform poorly in your office. And then you are going to spend so much money either trying to enhance them, train them because they are not job ready. So the idea here is to get something that get people that are job ready and that can go straight into the market. Thank you so much, Mobo. And but at the end of the day, we'll calculate to know what we've been able to achieve. But you can see that the need is heavy, and everybody who contributes will be recognized by plaques. Those plaques will be there permanently. So your own legacy will be there. Anybody that comes will see your name on the plaque that you donated, the category in which you donated. So if the minimum to be on that plaque is 1 million. So if you are giving, say, 500,000, you can work it out to say, okay, I want to be on this plaque, and then over the next 6 months or 1 year, I will give another 500,000. And I see it abroad. I see it everywhere when I walk the halls of law schools, and I'm seeing the names. And some of the names I recognize because of my readings. Some I don't recognize, but I don't know that, oh, these people are the people who built the school. These people are the people who did this. It's a good thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Leonard Siok, for shedding more light on the beautiful entitlement that comes with donating to this great cause. And I think history will never forget, and it will be forever written on the walls of the school, the people that came together to actually make this vision a reality. We thank you so much to everybody that is currently donating and making pledges in the group and in the comment section. I would very well like to recognize the donation, the pledge of Mr. Tochukwu Oniwike. He's pledged the sum of 300,000 naira on the chat. And so we are grateful for your contribution to this great vision. We enjoin every person willing to donate to please indicate same in the section, or if you've initiated a transfer, kindly also notify us either by our WhatsApp numbers and we will confirm your donations or pledges. Thank you very much for staying with us thus far. We'll be moving on to the next item on our program, which we'll be sharing the account number very soon for you. So please endeavor to make use of it. Thank you very much. Quickly, we'll be moving on to the next item on our program, which is the second keynote address. The second keynote address will be delivered by Your Grace, Most Reverend Anthony John Valentine Obina, who is the Archbishop of Owerri. We are most honored and happy to have you here with us today.
All protocols observed. Greetings to all the key personnel acting on this matter. I greet everyone with the blessings of God, our Creator and Father. When in the midst of several local church activities in Owerri Diocese, I received a formal letter and several calls inviting me to be a keynote speaker at this virtual fundraising event for the building of the Justice Chike Idigbe Law Faculty at Veritas University Abuja. I initially wondered why this service of honor should be done by me. Then I quickly remembered that as a one-time chairman of the Education Committee, Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria, and later Pro-Chancellor and Chairman, Veritas University Governing Council, I have been closely associated with the establishment of Veritas University Abuja at its inception, in the early planning stages, at its takeoff in Obehir, Abia State, at its movement from Obehir to the Abuja permanent campus, and at its evident strides as a fully functioning Catholic university, now well respected and sought after as a reputable seat of excellent teaching, learning, research, and development. Right from the start of the university, the Catholic bishops of Nigeria tasked themselves and Christ faithful in their various dioceses to ensure that Veritas University not only started off well, but continued to stabilize its growth, quality, and progress. Various benefactors and benefactresses came in periodically to ease the heavy financial burden of the bishops and the Catholic faithful. Part of the dream and yearning of the founding fathers and management of Veritas University has been the establishment of a strong and befitting law faculty to contribute to the strengthening of quality education in Nigeria. Now, through the gracious help of Professor Epiphany Azinga, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, the Idigbe family of Asaba in Delta State has magnanimously agreed that the envisaged Veritas Law Faculty be named after their late father, Justice Chike Idigbe, an illustrious son of Asaba, a renowned jurist, and a one-time justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. This is in recognition of his erudite contribution to the development of law and jurisprudence in Nigeria. Beyond agreeing to the naming of the Veritas Law Faculty after their father, the Idigbe family, led by Chief Anthony Idigbe, son of late Justice Chike Idigbe, has made and continues to make substantial financial contributions to the university in order to get the law faculty started. In fact, the Idigbe family has been the major financiers of the ongoing law faculty building. Nonetheless, we cannot abandon the entire project, which will take up to 1 billion, if not more, only to the Idigbe family. As we thank the Idigbe family for their outstanding generosity, our gratitude is already out there to everyone who wishes to contribute financially or materially to the ongoing project. Since we look forward to Veritas University Abuja sustaining its reputable strides in all its faculties and departments, I, on behalf of the Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria, call upon all and sundry men and women of goodwill to kindly support this effort to raise funds to give the Justice Chike Idigbe Faculty of Law a solid and appropriate takeoff. I assure you that I will make my own little contribution too. God bless you abundantly.
We just want to thank everybody that has currently donated towards this great cause. Mr. Chuka Onwuchekwa pledged a sum of 2 million naira, 1 million to be paid in January, 1 million within the next 6 months. Your donation is very well received. We are most grateful, and we can't thank you enough for the thoughtfulness and putting actual money into these projects. We want to remind every other participant here today that our account number have now been pasted on the chat for those who want to quickly initiate a transfer. Kindly also notify us of any subsequent pledges. Dr. Sonny Kuku, the sum of 250,000 naira. Thank you very much, sir, for your donation. We are most grateful. While from Professor Oni Digbe, it said the family of Digbe will forward their donations in the next week. So we look forward to receiving same, and we are most grateful for the constant support towards this beautiful project that we have here. As I earlier noted, this is something that will go on for years and years, more years to come. The future of young lawyers, it starts with one step, and the first step is creating an environment to let these young minds thrive. As a young lawyer, I know the need, and I know working under a very good system and seeing the fact that this can actually start at an earlier stage. I mean, being introduced to a lot of things after your training takes a whole lot of difficulty in adapting. So I believe it's the catch them young way of approach, whereby we can impact on young aspiring lawyers to produce well-rounded lawyers. We have a lot of educational minds, a lot of brilliant minds behind this project, and we look forward to your donations helping us actually see that this vision becomes an instant reality. Thank you once again. We'll quickly move on to the next item on our program as we continue to acknowledge receipt of donations and pledges. Thank you very much. Quickly, I would like to speaker who will be taking our second goodwill message. The goodwill message will be taken by Most Reverend Godfrey Igwebui, Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka. He's a priest and a professor. We are not surprised because that he's behind this and at the forefront of this particular project. Your Grace has constantly continued to provide support to the Veritas University, which he is the pro-chancellor. Your Grace, we are happy to have you here with us, and we know that your wealth of knowledge and experience will be very important towards the actualization of this vision for a state-of-the-art faculty of law in the Veritas University. I would like to also state that your Grace has sat on various boards of governors of different schools and also of different associations. Also, he was vice rector at the Pontifical Urbaniana University in Rome. And I know that the wealth of knowledge and experience which he has gathered from sitting on as the vice rector in various universities will come in handy in seeing the smooth administration of things at the Faculty of Law, Veritas. With profound humility and respect and utmost admiration, it is my greatest honor to welcome Most Reverend Godfrey Honor to give us his good address.
Your Excellency, Most Reverend Augustine Akubeze, the Archbishop of Benin City and President of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria and visitor to Veritas University of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Most Reverend Ignatius Kaigama, the Archbishop of Abuja and Chancellor to the University, Your Excellency General Dr. Yakubu Gowon, GCFR, the distinguished chairman of this occasion, and Chief Anthony Adibe San, the chairman of the fundraising committee, Professor Epiphany Azinge San, chair of the VUNA Law Faculty Project, members of the Governing Council here present, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Hyacinth Ichoku, Reverend Father, and other members of the management, university staff, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this unique occasion that has been made possible by modern technology, where we are using the means available to us to source funds for a very noble project. We thank God for making this possible, in spite of the challenges we have at the present time. We thank all of you who have found time to be here with us and who believe in the project yourselves, and who want to identify with the university and with the Catholic bishops of Nigeria and the project of realizing what all of us desire in the most intimate corners of our heart, and that is a university that offers not just higher education, but higher values to the society. And that is what Veritas University of Abuja represents. I thank all of you for responding to our call this day. And as chairman of the Governing Council of the university, I'm fully aware of what this entails. We all know that the university is distinguished by the faculties that it houses. And one of those faculties that mark out the university is the Faculty of Law. Yes, as a Catholic university, we have always paid attention to the needs of the Nigerian society, and we want to respond to those needs through the inspiration of the values of the gospel. Of course, we know very few professions were mentioned in the gospel. Jesus himself always had to dialogue with lawyers and lawgivers and interpreters of the law. And that is why it is always central to the project of evangelization and the project of enlightening and leading a nation to right. It's always central to ensure that those who are involved in any way, either with lawmaking or interpretation of the law, are grounded in the proper values, proper human values. So what we want to do in Veritas University is somehow different from what other faculties of law in all the other universities may be doing. And that is why whatever assistance you can give to this goes beyond, to this project, goes beyond what you may imagine is the present effect of your help. We know, of course, that these are very difficult times economically, worldwide, for the world over. A situation complicated by the COVID-19 pandemic that is not yet over. In many parts of the world, it is in fact getting worse, although God has spared us what we feared most. But in Nigeria, we are still not entirely out of the blues. And we also know that our country has recently been proclaimed to have entered recession again. But then we also know that it is in circumstances like this that persons of worth and persons of value stand out and challenge themselves for things others would regard as impossible. And we also know that with God, everything is possible. Those of you who have responded to this call are saying that the word impossible should be rewritten with an apostrophe and it becomes I am possible. We may have quoted a very huge sum for this project. It sounds big, 1 billion naira. But anybody who is familiar with the market in Nigeria today knows that that is a very modest estimation of what will be required to raise a faculty that all of us will be proud of. Well, this event is not for talking, it is for action. But I just want to wish everybody, the best of God's blessings and the desire already we have, all of us have, to achieve the best for God and for our nation and for our children. We pray that that desire be accepted as seeds that we are sowing that will bear fruit, both in this world and in the world to come. Once more, I thank all of you. I ask God to bless you, and I hope that the result of this event will get far beyond even our own modest expectations. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much, Your Lordship, for that beautiful goodwill message. Indeed, it carried goodwill messages with it. We are most grateful for taking out the time to be here with us today and actually sending your best wishes. Quickly, before we move on to the next item on our program, I'd quickly like to recognize the presence of Mrs. Grace Eyoma. Ma, we are most grateful for taking out the time out of your schedule to be here today and being a part of this ceremony. Thank you so much. I would also like to recognize the presence of, we would also like to quickly acknowledge receipt of some pledges and donations. Quickly, the donation of Peter Owarote pledged the sum of 100,000 naira. Sir, we are most grateful for this pledge, and we look forward to receiving same from you. I would also like to recognize the donation by the family of Ogbushi, which have said that their donation will be coming in next week. Thank you very much. We are most grateful for taking out the time to be here. Your presence means a lot to us, and as well as your donation. Thank you so much. Professor Mr. Chris and Rose, yes, Obechwe, yes. I would like to recognize the sum of 500,000 naira, which they have confirmed transfer to the account provided below. I want to thank you so much for actually taking out the time and also the putting in that extra effort in making this donation at this time. We are most grateful. I also want to recognize the presence of some partners and staff of Punuka attorneys and solicitors. Ms. Unamdi Oragu is here with us today. Thank you, sir, for taking out the time to join us. I would also like to recognize the presence of general practice manager of Punuka attorneys and solicitors, Mrs. Angela. Okay, thank you very much, Ma, and to all staff and members of Punuka attorneys and solicitors who have taken out the time to be here today with us. Thank you so much. During the course of this program, we would also be acknowledging further attendance by some of our guests and also donations that have been made. Be very rest assured that we are collating the names of everybody that have pledged and have donated various sums amount of money to us today. Thank you very much, and we implore you to keep the donations coming. I want to also send a way of reminder that the donations for this particular project is not it's not restricted to just today. So as much as every one of us that want to take out the time to also consider how much they want to invest in this project, because as we have earlier noted, it is a project that runs from now till the very future. And we look forward to receiving your donations. We'll quickly move on to...
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Omolade. Just to recognize the presence of His Lordship, Bishop Kuka. He will be having an opportunity to speak to us very soon. Maybe the host can try and spot him, so we know. Meanwhile, the Archbishop Obinna has donated 1 million on behalf of the Archdiocese of Owerri to be paid next week. We are very grateful for that. Your Grace, we are overwhelmed. I just want to use the opportunity to thank you for the kind words that you extended to the Idigbe family, and assure you of our commitment to the project with our friends and well-wishers. Thank you very much. I would like to invite Lordship Bishop Kuka to give us some words of encouragement. I recall working closely with him at the Oputa panel, where I represented the Ogoni people, and it was a very successful project. It's one of those sort of projects that I'm passionate about because working, I as an advocate and him as a panel member on the Oputa panel, together with Justice Oputa, the team worked very hard to achieve reconciliation between Nigeria and the Bishop Kuka.
It's an honor, it's a privilege for me to be here. You know, I mean, we are the owners of the house, let me put it that way. So I believe that emotionally, almost every member of the conference is here. I managed to just hear a little bit of what His Grace Archbishop Obinna had to say, you know. But I think we are mightily proud of you and holding the candle for your father. I think, you know, really this is a laudable project, and I don't want to bore you except to encourage you. And I heard the few words you said about the fact that people coming out not only of the law faculty but of Veritas University. You know, our hope and our prayer is that subsequently in the next few years, if our country prayerfully gets to a point in which merit really matters, graduates of Veritas University will be able to take to the public space in Nigeria the values, the much cherished values and traditions that have stood the Catholic Church in good state. So I really want to thank you, and I thank all of you for this wonderful opportunity, and even getting our dear Papa, General Gowon. I think it's a measure of even the seriousness of this event that I saw him sitting quietly somewhere. But I want to congratulate you and say that our prayers are with you. And I really want to thank you in particular for literally being every inch and every step with us at the Catholic Bishops' Conference. I think this is how it ought to be. So I want to thank you. General, congratulations. I'm happy that you are technologically quite savvy now. Congratulations. So thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And I really want to thank those who have made this happen. Our prayers are with you. May God be with you, and may God continue to bless everything that you do. And may our university bring honor and glory to Nigeria. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Quickly, I would like to call on the partner at Punuka Attorneys and Solicitors, Mr. Onamdi Oragu, to anchor the second round of donations. Mr. Oragu.
All right, thank you very much, Omaladi. Good afternoon, Your Excellency, the Chairman, distinguished guests. I stand on existing protocol. Omaladi earlier said that members of UNUCA made out time to be here. I'm not sure that's correct, really. We didn't make out time. Today is a parade of pride for the firm, particularly. I'll start by, before we go into that, even tell you that I don't think you recognize quite well people who didn't tell earlier, about 3 of them. Mr. Cosmos Emalus, or SAM, is alumni, Punuka attorneys and solicitors. CBC Hekwazu, SAM, alumni, Punuka attorneys and solicitors, and then Joshua Nuke, also alumni, Punuka attorneys and solicitors. Why I have gone this far first is to tell you that the firm is a firm that is built on excellence. Founded in 1947 by Justice Chike Idibe in 1947. Until this day, that excellence is what the firm still stands for. We are very grateful to the Veritas University for honoring our founder today, and we're all indeed highly elated by this great honor. I think the major thing is to express the commitment of the board of partners, the management and staff of the firm to this project. It's not just the Idigbe family commitment, it's the commitment as well of the entire firm to this project. Because this institution called Punuka is an institution that has lasted the years and has built people across various parts of our society. So we proclaim our commitment to this project very seriously, first and foremost. Now, how do we show this commitment in those terms? We've talked about one part of this faculty where we can play a significant part and be seen. What comes to mind regularly for us is that Punuka is a knowledge-based institution, and Veritas Law Faculty shall also be knowledge-based. And where is the best place to actually be committed to other than the library? So I want to express our interest in the library project, that Punuka intends to play a major part in the library of the Veritas University. And so, starting first with the initial commitment, we are going to pledge the sum of 5 million naira today as our initial commitment to this project. Subsequently, we'll have further discussions with the institution on how we can further assist in this regard. But Punuka Attorneys and Solicitors is committed to the library project of the faculty, and we are committed to this. And when we tell you, we assure you that we will be there. You already have senior partner and managing partner, Chief Mrs. Sidigbe, with you here. So you are assured that at every point in time, our presence in the library as Punuka Attorneys and Solicitors will certainly be felt. So for today, it's 5 million naira donation as an initial commitment to the library project, to the library in the facility. So that will be our commitment. Thank you very much, then. And we hope that this is a successful project moving forward as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nnamdi. I mean, that is, I'm sort of like overwhelmed. So, Omolade, you can go on because I'm too overwhelmed to be able to speak right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Omolade. I announced the commitment of my alumni members. I also commit personally to make a donation of 250,000 naira as well. So I joined the people who are already alumni as well to make a commitment personally as of 250,000 as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ragu, first for that that correction at the initial stage, and also for your generous donation. We are most grateful. It is without a doubt. I'm not even surprised at the very least that you are at the front of this project, because we nicknamed you teacher for a reason, and that is because you have constantly even used your law practice to teach and impact in young lawyers like myself. And then we look forward to also seeing this happen at the educational level in the university. Thank you very much. I'd like to remind every one of us that the account number is still pasted on the chat group and also projected on your screen. Our categories remain the Acacia partners from 50 million and above, and this comes with a lot of benefits as earlier discussed. Being a part of this project doesn't stop here. As soon as your donation is received and everything, you go and you live on with the faculty. Your name will forever be remembered in history as one of the founding fathers who actually put in so much resources into seeing that this vision is a reality. We also have the mahogany partners from 25 million to 45 million, the cedar partners from 10 million to 24 million naira. We also have the oak partners from 5 million to 9 million, and then the pine partners from 1 million to 4 million. I believe that if you look into these 5 categories, one of them would definitely fit into what you would like to contribute to this vision. Your presence here alone, first of all, means a lot to us. It shows that you are in tune with the ideas behind this university, what I like to call the university with a difference, because I know for a certainty that this is going to be a beautiful institution. I would also like to call on Mrs. Uche Idigbe. Ma'am, we recognize that you would like to give a word or two. Over to you now, Ma. We recognize present here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Uche Idigbe, the senior sister to Anthony Idigbe. Mr. Molade, I suppose, has corrected that mistake. I'm the senior sister. I must use this platform to appreciate my brother for this initiative, because this initiative is wonderful. I really appreciate, and I'm proud of my brother for the good work for this project, you know, for upholding our father's name. May God continue to bless him, and also all those who have put the project together. I say thank you to all of you. And I have made a donation of 100,000, and I want to make a promise today that monthly I should be able to contribute that 100,000.
Thank you so much, Ma, and thank you for being here with us today. We are most grateful to have you. Quickly, I'd like to recognize the donation of Mr. Richard and Mojisola Ahonarugbo, who have committed a sum of 250,000 naira per annum for an initial period of 4 years. This is beautiful. We are most grateful for this donation, and the fact that you believe in this vision and you're ready to actually go the long run with us through this beautiful project. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Ma. We thank you for your donation. We also implore others to kindly let us know when you've donated. It means a lot to us to acknowledge and recognize you. No amount is too small as we make our way towards our estimated 1 billion naira. I'll be handing over to my IT crew to present for us the presentation by the students of Veritas University.
friend Robert Amole and his wife Frida, they've made a pledge of the sum of 1 million naira. And my cousin, Dr. Joseph Mokobia, who is in the UK, and his wife, Lynn, they've promised £300. Just another donation now, Omalade. Mrs. Nneka Nwerije has pledged 500,000, and she would make an annual donation in line with the vision of long-term relationship with the university. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lenefil, for revealing that to us, and also for the donors. Thank you so much. We are most grateful for taking out the time and also putting in that extra effort to make these transfers and commitment. Thank you so much. We appreciate. We appreciate you. I also like to acknowledge that Mr. Ogbeshi Ogbolu Ochuba and his family have promised to send in their donations by next week, Tuesday. And thank you so much to you and your family for this commitment. And we look forward to receiving same from you. I would also like to acknowledge the fact that our very own Mr. Okori Kalu has donated the sum of 100,000 naira. Thank you, Mr. Kalu, for your thoughtful donation. Also, the General Practice Manager of Punuka Attorneys and Solicitors, Mrs. Angela Ezinwine, will be sending in her donations next week, within the week, yes, please. So we look forward to receiving your donations, ma. And we appreciate the thought and the effort towards putting this together, and also taking that extra step to also be a part of this project. Thank you so much, ma. We appreciate you. I would also like to acknowledge Mrs. Nneka Enwewiji, who just donated the sum of 500,000 naira and have also promised to engage in future commitments. Thanks so much, ma. We appreciate the thoughtfulness. I will quickly like to go on to the next item on our program, while I also call on other donors to please let us know as soon as you have made your donations and commitments, so that we can thank you and we can appreciate you. Thank you so much. The next item on our program is a goodwill message from the professor himself, for someone who is a prof. We know fully well that he believes in the educational system, being someone that has been part of it for so many years and has contributed to it immensely. The whole Nigeria is of benefit to the great work that I now invite Chief Professor Oni Idigbe to give us a goodwill message from the Idigbe. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, the compere, the chairman, the keynote speakers, members of the Board of Trustees and management of Veritas University, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I say good afternoon to you all, or good evening. As introduced, I'm Professor Oni Idigbe, and on behalf of the Idigbe family of Asaba, I sincerely welcome you to this fundraising event for the establishment of the Justice Chike Idigbe faculty at the university. From the family perspective, I think it will be necessary at this point to give a brief profile of the legal luminary who had 14 years professional experience at the bar and 24 years at the bench. Late Honorable Chike Idigbe was born in Kaduna in 1923 to Sir Alexander Hodima, member of the British Empire, MBE, and Madam Christiana Idigbe, both from Asaba. He had his primary education at St. Mary's Catholic School, Port Harcourt, and his secondary education at Christ the King's College, Onitsha. where he obtained his Cambridge School certificate in 1943. In the summer of 1943, he proceeded to Cambridge University, London, to study law and obtained an LLB in 1946 with a brilliant performance at the bar examinations and won the much coveted Foster Campbell Prize in Criminal Law in December 1946. He returned to Nigeria in late 1946 and was admitted to practice law in May 1947. He practiced briefly in the chambers of the famous Sierra Leonean lawyer Nelson Williams in Warri, and thereafter established his own law firm named Punuka Chambers. He got into the judiciary service when he was appointed a judge of the Eastern Nigeria High Court in 1961 and was elevated to the Supreme Court in 1964. In 1966, while still serving in the Supreme Court, he was appointed the Chief Justice of the then newly created Midwestern region. However, in 1967, when the Civil War broke out, he was caught up in the Biafran side, having fled his hometown, which was under attack, and then ceased to be a Nigerian judge. After the Civil War, he joined the Ivy and Bonner, a private firm of lawyers, as a partner, and 3 years later in 1975, he was reappointed a judge of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Late Justice Chike Idigbe had a brilliant career in law and jurisprudence. He was a strong Catholic, a devoted family man, and was very much attuned to the culture and tradition of his hometown, Asaba, and held the traditional chieftaincy title of Izoma of Asaba. He was also a recipient of 2 national honors, Officer of the Federal Republic, OFR, and Commander of the Niger, CON. Justice Idigbe passed on the 31st of July, 1985, at the Cromwell Hospital, London, a few days short of his 60th birthday and anticipated appointment as Chief Justice of Nigeria. In recognition of his significant contributions to the achievement and legal profession, as well as the Catholic community in Nigeria, the Veritas University Abuja decided to honor him in early 2019. The Board of Trustees and Governing Council of the university decided to name their proposed new Faculty of Law as Justice Chike Idigbe Faculty. On Saturday, the 22nd of February 2020, the groundbreaking ceremony of the Law Faculty building was launched at the Veritas University Abuja. Since then, construction has commenced at the site with donations obtained from some philanthropic Nigerians and corporate organizations. Significant progress has been made in the project, but there's still a lot to do to go to completion. To help generate the needed funds to complete the Faculty of Law, the Idigbe family, working in conjunction with the Board of the Trustees, the Governing Council and Management of Veritas Universities, planned this virtual event to raise the sum of 1 billion to support the building and equipping of the law faculty. The successful completion of this project will not only establish a state-of-the-art facility for legal studies in the country, but will also help to immortalize his name and continue to remain a cherished honor to the legal profession, the Asaba community, and all those impacted on during his lifetime. On behalf of the Idigbe family, I sincerely appeal to all you well-meaning Nigerians, corporate organizations and institutions to donate generously towards this fundraising event to ensure the completion of the project. For those who have already donated, we say a big thank you to all of you. God bless you and reward you abundantly as we look for more donations from most of you. Thank you so much and have a good day.
Thank you so much, Professor Onyedibe. Thank you very much, sir. You have spoken indeed like a professor and a very articulate professor that you are. Thank you so much, sir. We are always grateful to have you here with us. And thank you to the family for making us and involving every one of us in this beautiful project. We can't say our thank yous enough. I would quickly like to recognize some donations that we've received. Quickly, Ubanugo Denze Esquire has donated the sum of 100,000 naira, which will run for 12 months, amounting to 1.2 million. And he has said that the first instrumental payment of 100,000 naira will start from the month of December 2020. Thank you so much, sir. We are most grateful for this commitment, and we thank you for believing in our vision and
just to mention
donating to this cause.
Omolade, just to mention that is the former president of the National Association of Catholic Lawyers. He worked very hard to put it together and get it going. Thank you.
I would also like to announce that Mr. Ogbeshi Fred Okonta will send his donations in shortly. He has pledged to send in his donations. He would also like to be a part of this project. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for actually taking out the time to make this commitment towards this project. Quickly, I would like to move on to the next item on our program, which will be inviting some of our invited guests to give us a goodwill message and also make towards this project. Chief Victor Ije had donated the sum of 500,000 naira towards this project. Chief Victor Ije, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Chief, for this beautiful, thoughtful contribution that you have contributed today to this project and this cause. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, please, I would like to also inform you that, and I would like to hand over to Ambassador Charles Oniawa to please give us his goodwill message. Welcome, Ambassador.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I like to stand on existing protocol to thank everyone for being part of this important occasion. When I was contacted by Chief Idibwe, informing me of this noble ideal, I was quite elated because I remember as a kid, I know I have met or rather known Chief Justice Chike Idibwe, his father, the father of Tony Idibwe's son. He was a friend of my dad, and that was what it was then. So I thank the Almighty God for finding him worthy to be part of this great occasion, and for him and all others who worked tirelessly, put in a lot of effort, like Chief Epiphany Azinge, the Idibwe family, and Odoziaku, Chief Mrs. Lizzie Idibwe, and so on and so forth, who made this day a reality. I want to call on everyone present and those who are yet to key in, but will want to do that, to support this noble ideal and to be part of this history-making event. I and my family feel highly honored to be part of this great occasion. And I want to thank each and every one of you, especially Chief Anthony Idibwe and the entire Idibwe family for sharing all this with us. We thank you so much and pray that the Almighty God will continue to bless this effort, make it nurture and mature so that everyone will benefit from this, especially our children. Thank you very much, everyone, and I thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Amber, for your goodwill message. It's received so much thanks and gratitude. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out the time to be here with us today also. Please, I would like to call on any of our guests who would like to chip in a goodwill message, a word or two. Kindly indicate by using the raise your hand function on the platform or leaving a message in the chat box, and I will very well recognize you. Most importantly, behind every great man, there's a great woman. Before we started this program, she has been here, making sure that everything is in order and actually seeing to the smooth running of this particular program. She's someone that is my mentor, someone I admire so much, and I would like to recognize the presence of Chief Mrs. Elizabeth Idigbe. Ma, we thank you for all that you have been doing behind the camera, and we also thank you for lending your support towards this project. I'd like to call on Mrs. Idigbe for a word or two and a goodwill message to every one of our guests and everyone present here today. Mrs. Idigbe, please.
Thank you, Omalade, and thank you, everybody. Omalade, you didn't even tell me I was going to speak. This is what they call ambushing. You know, I was supposed to be here quietly supporting this cause that I actually believe in. But let me just say thank you to everyone who has come here today. We are really very honored, you know, by this gesture. We know the difficult times we are in, you know, so I stand on like the same protocol because there are too many important people here and I don't want to make any mistake. Everyone here is important. And the fact that you found time to spend this time with us and you're still here with us, we are indeed very grateful. Education is something that it's very needed everywhere in the world, particularly in Nigeria. You know, we cannot start talking about how important it is to have quality education. And just like many of the speakers have said, so I don't keep repeating them, particularly my former boss, well, I'll still call him my boss, the Nasarawa State Governor, who said that it is in the forefront, that the Catholic Church is in the forefront of this. So when the Catholic Church decides to come up with a university, a law faculty, I think it's something that everyone should be part of, because you know it's going to come out, they're going to come out with quality lawyers, not just lawyers who would understand the law, who would know how to use the modern technology, but people who would practice in an ethical manner, which is one of the things that we lack in our nation now, ethics. So I think that it's not just about honoring my late father-in-law, who, even before I got married to his son, as a law student, we all know that he was an epitome of, you know, very strong legal scholarly work. I mean, most of his judgments, even when he was dissenting, became eventually the laws, you know, I mean, so, I mean, we know that it's a big honor to have his name in that faculty, and also a big honor that all of you have decided to be part of it, to, you know, to keep his memory going, you know, because we need to celebrate people, not because he's my late father-in-law. Like I said, as a law student, we all know, I mean, it was always, you know, like I remember when I was at the University of Lagos, late Professor Omotola used to say that I wish I could invoke the spirit of late Justice Idigbe, to change certain things, about any decision of the Supreme Court he wasn't happy with. I remember Savannah Bank and Ajilo's case, for instance, and I was doing my master's at the University of Lagos at that time. He was my lecturer for secured credit transaction, and he kept on saying that, can you imagine if late Justice Idigbe was alive, what decision he would have taken, that I wish I could invoke his spirit. So we are invoking his spirit, and all of us who have participated, we are doing so by making sure that this faculty becomes a reality. So not to take all your time for that, let me just say thank you so much, for being part of this. It's not a one-day thing. It's something that is continued and will continue. So we hope you continue to partner with us. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Before I proceed to call on the chairman to give us a word or two, I would like to acknowledge receipt of the sum of 1 million naira from Mr. Tochuk Onyueke. He has set out a mode of payment for this particular money, but a total amount of 1 million naira is what he has pledged to this great cause. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the thoughtfulness.
If not, I will call on my Lord, Most Reverend Kaigama, to please give us his vote of thanks.
Adopting the existing protocol, I wish to start by first thanking God, who is the source of all life and knowledge. Despite the turbulent year we have had, He has kept us all alive to witness this fundraising event for the development of the Justice Chike Idigbe Law Faculty in the Catholic University of Nigeria, Veritas University Abuja. In a very special way, I want to thank Chief Anthony Idigbe San for accepting the opportunity to honor the legacy of your late father, Justice Chukwuemeka Chike Idigbe, OFR, CON, who many of us, though young at the time, were familiar with his name as one of the great men of silk in the hallowed chambers. It is always a good thing when children decide to honor their parents. In accepting to build this law faculty, you not only honor the memory of the late Justice Chike Idigbe, but you also honor the bishops of the Catholic Church in Nigeria, who are the proprietor of Veritas University Abuja. As you have done for your father and the church, so shall your children honor you. On behalf of the Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, I thank you and members of your team for organizing this virtual fundraising event to raise 1 billion naira for the development of the Faculty of Law. I also thank your friends and well-wishers who have indicated their support both morally and financially to this cause. And may the good Lord bless and reward you all for your contributions towards the successful establishment of the Justice Chike Idigbe Faculty of Law. Permit me to also thank each and every member of the Veritas University Steering Committee for the establishment of the Law Faculty. I am most grateful to our Catholic legal luminaries and erudite professors of law, D.D. Dodo San, Professor Epiphany Azinge San, Professor Paul Idornige, and Professor Maxwell Gidado San, and Professor Dominic Asada. I also thank our Catholic justices, of which I must mention specifically His Lordship Justice Benjamin Kanyi, President of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, as well as Justice Edward E. Oga. I also acknowledge the role being played by Barrister Chukwuma Ezeala and members of the executive body of the Catholic Lawyers Association to raise awareness for the law faculty. I also wish to recognize the efforts of the coordinator of the law program, Reverend Father Dr. Anthony Azuwike, who has been bearing the burden of ensuring the takeoff of the program. I thank you all for always taking out time when your busy schedules, to attend to matters concerning the establishment of the Justice Chike Faculty of Law. It's because of your efforts that we are at this stage today. To our contractors and consultants who are actually directly involved in the physical design and construction of this beautiful and magnificent edifice that will house the Justice Idigbe Faculty of Law, I also thank and appreciate you all for the work you are doing to ensure that this dream comes to reality. May the good Lord replenish you for all your efforts. Let me also in a special way acknowledge the efforts of the management and staff of Veritas University Abuja. On behalf of the Bishops' Conference, we thank you all for the hard work you put in every day to ensure that Veritas University continues to fulfill the vision and mission of the founding fathers. May the good Lord continue to bless and reward you all for all the sacrifices you make to keep the light of Veritas University burning despite these challenging times. To our dear Vice Chancellor of Veritas University, Reverend Professor Hyacint, I want to also say a big thank you for the efforts and sacrifices you continue to make for Veritas University. Personally, as well as on behalf of the Bishops' Conference, I want to applaud you for the bold steps you are taking to drive the development of the campus, which spans a land mass of 200 hectares. Though you have only been at the driver's seat for a little over 2 years, we are fully aware of the rapid changes in the university, especially in opening the inner terrain of the campus and access roads and construction of hostel facilities. We also applaud you for expanding the existing academic programs, most notably the establishment of a law faculty for the Catholic University. We are proud of your accomplishments so far and pray the good Lord to continue to strengthen you to fulfill the mandate which has been entrusted to you to develop the Veritas University campus. And finally, to everyone who has taken time out to participate in this virtual fundraising event, I thank you all for your love and support to a good cause. For all your contributions, we thank you. And may the good Lord bless all of you as we depart from this event. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I cannot go on to say more than what he has said. He has thanked every single person that has worked tirelessly to make this project a reality. Thank you, Your Excellency, for your time and for your efforts. We've come to the close of this event. I thank every single person who has attended. Your presence means so much to the Idigbe family. It means so much to the ownership and the management of Veritas University. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Veritas University. God bless the Catholic faith. God bless every single person who has attended. Thank you for spending your afternoon with us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.